Hi guys, Peter over here, Craigslist Hunter. Today's video, kind of update video of July. Some interesting, very interesting items that I sold on eBay. These particular items are just weird, different, unusual, stuff that you kind of don't see it maybe every day, but sometimes you do and you just walk by it. So I want to show off some interesting stuff that it's out there and you can pick it up. You know, some of them relatively cheap, some of them you got to pay up a little bit more, but I think these are very cool. I mean, I sold a ton of stuff this month in July, but I picked like 15 most interesting that you don't see it very often, and I want to talk about it and show you guys and the potential profit that can be made. It's a little bit windy, I'm sitting outside, hopefully that won't interfere too much with the video, so let's dive right into it. Alright guys, this item right here, I actually showed this off on a live show a couple months back. Very interesting item, came into my shop. It's a cast iron mechanical bank from 1896. I bought it for $100, had it in my shop first for about a month. It was priced at about $450 in the shop. A lot of people looked at it, but nobody was willing to dish out the money. So after a month, end up going to eBay, and it was on eBay first for a week at $399.95 at $400. A lot of interest, but no bites. So I dropped it by $23 and listed for the whole month of July on 30-day, and it sold $376. So I'm very happy with that. Very beautiful piece. You know, there's a huge following, you know, for the mechanical banks if they're all original. So always look out on those, and even if you gotta pay up a little bit, they're worth picking it up. Now this is a very unusual item. This one I picked up at my local Goodwill. This is the second time I sold it already. I had this probably about a half a year ago. It's a little tiny lamp. This lamp is about 10 inches tall and 10 inches long. $3 at Goodwill. And it amazes me for how much money it sells. It looks like one of those cheap lamps from IKEA, you know, from $9.99, but it's actually made in Italy. It's high quality lamp, and it comes with that long LED bulb in it, and it's sold for $54.95. You know, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Artmade. Very unusual. That's the second time I found this. Comes with this weird adapter for power, but for $3 I couldn't go wrong on it. And the best part is, as soon as we listed, it sold almost instantly. I mean, within like an hour. So that was a great little profit there. Keep an eye on those, definitely. Now this item, obviously not super special, but I made a video a few weeks back talking about tripods. They're extremely well, I mean, not well, good items to sell, you know. I sell them all the time. This one I picked up at the garage sale for $5. It looked to me like it was never used, with the original box, still had a tag glued to one of the arms. Can't go wrong with these. Just, you know, especially this brand Manfrotto. You know, the classic tripods, they sell constantly. A lot of people look for them because they're very expensive when they're new. So keep an eye on Manfrotto brand. Sold for $120 with $15 shipping. If you can pick them up cheap, it's a no-brainer. Now this was it is a very unusual item. BW Technologies. You know, this is one of those testing gas meters. Brand new. This walked into our shop. The guy said he bought it, never used it. It took some negotiating on this one. I think we paid $250 for it. and I see quite a few of them sold used for, you know, $400-500. So, you know, we decided to jump on it. I figured if we pay $250, a worst case scenario, even if it sells around $500-600. But, you know, we priced it at $799.95 with the free shipping on it, and it sold immediately as well. So this was a great pickup. So if you guys run in, you know, I know this is one of those items that it's hard to find, but BW Technologies, this professional equipment, sells really good. Sometimes you gotta pay up a little bit, but it was well worth it. So it's just a different item, definitely worth looking at. Now this item right here, made a video like 2-3 weeks ago talking about certain items that I picked up, and I got these for $1 a piece. Lot of collectors for these, you know, antique vintage batteries. People just love them. I don't know what's so cool about them, but they just do, you know. So I kind of paired it up to make it more interesting. Didn't want to sell it individually. $39.95 with $7.95 shipping, and it sold kind of overnight as well. You know, paid $1 a piece, so great little profit. Always keep an eye on these antique batteries. They're quick, good sellers, especially if the graphics still on the battery is in good condition, like in this one right here. That's a very cool item here, and you run into these quite often, especially at the flea markets. Abu Garcia Mitchell spinning reels. They were made in late 50s, throughout the 60s and 70s, and even 80s, changing the design every few years. But very popular, a lot of collectors, they absolutely love them. This was, I paired them up. I had a 300 model and 300A model here. I bought them at a garage sale. I think the guy wanted 15 bucks for both of them, and I think we settled like on $10. Not a huge profit, but quick sell. Hope this wind is not interrupting really bad with the video, but yeah, I mean, if you ever guys spot Garcia Mitchell reels like that, pick them up. They're quick sellers, a lot of collectors out there. Now, this is pretty cool item over here, Garmin GPS. Now this thing is already like 20 years old, but the 60CX model with bunch of CDs and maps and charging cable and everything complete, they're still very popular, and people are willing to pay good money for them if they are in good working order. This one I picked up at the garage sale for I think 20 or 25 bucks. I think it was 25 bucks, and sold within days. You know, and if you there's a lot of different models out there, you know, but even though that they're 20 years old, people still like them, and they will pay good money. Sold for $154.95 with free shipping. Good profit right there. Keep an eye always on those older Garmin GPSs. This is a very interesting item, and I know a few people deal with this kind of stuff, but it's unusual, right? I mean, this thing is old. Electrolux vacuum cleaners. Yes, they do sell. People love these older vacuum cleaners. This thing was pretty damn dirty. I bought it at the garage sale for like 8 bucks. I think they wanted 15, and we settled like at $8. Besides the main unit here, it had some extra attachments as well. So very interesting. I had to do a lot of cleaning on this. I probably spent good hour getting this thing ready to be listed. But it sold within a few days as well. $169.95 with $20 shipping. Great pickups, and you can find these all the time. You know, garage sales, flea markets, they're out there. So very interesting item to look for. They definitely sell relatively quickly. This is cool. I sold these many times. These are called golf frisbees. They're discs. And we had 27 of them here. I sold them before many times. They're good sellers. They're actually very expensive when they're new, and half of these were used, half of them were new here, but I sold them as a used set. You know, I didn't want to mess, I didn't want to separate it. always bring killer profit, and you will run into them, you know, on a garage sales. These we paid like really cheap. I think I want to say 10 or maybe $15 we paid for them. They came into the shop and the guy just wanted to get rid of him, and then he was happy with what we offered. But look out for these. They sell instantly every time we get them. $169.95 with $10 shipping. Fantastic sale. This is a great item to look for. Now this is very unusual here. Super unusual. I picked this up at the garage sale. Guy wanted I think like 80 bucks for it, and I got it for $50 from him. Not many of them are out there available for sale. This is made by Mavic, but it's a carbon disc wheel. You know, these are extremely professional wheels for the bikes. Super light. They are made out of carbon. This thing weighs not even 2 pounds, like 1.8. Super lightweight. They're very expensive when they are new, and there hardly any out there, you know. So I decided I'm going with auction on this one. Put it out there, started at the dollar, let it run up. 8 bids, sold for $255 with $18 shipping. It was a little bit tricky to pack this and ship this, but it was well worth it. You know, got 50 bucks in it. Great find. I don't know if I ever gonna come across one, but it's unusual, and if you guys spot one like that, it's worth picking it up. This is a garage sale pickup. I got it for I think 15 or 20 bucks. I can't remember exactly. I bought a bunch of tools from this guy at the garage sale. Porta cable, heavy duty. It's a door planer, okay, model 126. I sold them before. They always sell. They sell good. They sell for good money. And I believe the Porta cable doesn't make this anymore, at least this heavy duty design. So it's always worth picking it up. Sells right away. $129.95 with $10 shipping. Great item to look for when you're hitting those garage sales and flea markets. You can find them on flea markets all the time. Porta cable stuff is very popular and very sought after. This was very interesting unit. I bought actually a bunch of DJ equipment from the guy that walked into my shop. I bought a couple Technics 1200 gramophones, couple amplifiers, equalizers, amps from him, and this was also part of the unit that he brought in. It's a wireless mic control transmitter by very good company. Shure makes fantastic product, always sells really good, and I end up paying for this either 125 or 150. I can't remember right now exactly, but I think it was 150. Sold right away, $450 with $18 shipping. Great pickup. Anytime you guys run in of any Shure equipment, microphones, very good brand, it's worth to check up on it, you know, because there's always money in it. Very interesting item right here. This was actually brand new in an original box, vintage. I think this is probably 70s, 80s. It's a drafting arm for the table, for drafting table. This was in an original box. I actually sold this twice. I sold it, shipped it to the guy in Milwaukee, and I guess it did not fit his, did not hit his table the way he wanted, so he shipped it back. No problems. I mean, I can understand that. So we relisted, sold almost immediately again, $120 with $20 shipping, and this one I picked up at the garage sale for 10 bucks. So Vemco drafting arms, hot sellers. And the last two items that I'm gonna show here, kind of funny. One is a real phone. Next one I'll show you, it's a kid's phone. But yeah, vintage phones, they sell really well. And if you can find one in different colors, like in red or blue, they even bring more money. This is model 900 series. It's a crank desk phone. I sold these before many times. Every time I put them up, they sell relatively quickly. $54.95. I think I got like $5 in it, and $10 shipping. great items to sell on eBay. They sell relatively quickly, and you can still run into these, especially at flea markets, all the time. So good item to look for. And the last one that I'm gonna show you guys, it's a vintage camp cat, made in 50s. It's like a tin talking switchboard toy. It was actually pretty beat up, had some dangs on it. The discoloration up front was happening out there, so but they do sell. I sold these before, and you can run into them at garage sales, you know, yard sales, flea markets. I see them all the time. Honestly, I don't remember what I paid, but I bet you it was peanuts, 5, maybe 10 bucks at the most. Sold for $50. Just one of those items that sells all the time. So yes, guys, I preach this all the time, you know, be on the lookout for different things, you know, kind of think out of the box a little bit, and make sure you check on different items as they come available for you. Because a lot of goofy stuff sells out there, you know, a lot of these things that you see in here, you would probably think, you know, I'm not gonna buy this. If you do, great. I mean, you know, that's what I do. So I hope you enjoyed this little episode about, you know, different and weird stuff that I sell. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. I love to have you on board and for more exciting videos coming out. And as always, leave me a comment. I read all those comments. Thumbs up. Stop by my shop if you ever in the area. Trading Post in Crystal Lake, Illinois. And till next time, peace out.